for the remainder of this match. Sorry, I lost my train of thought mid-sentence. So Arusu switching to the Priest and N-dashed, sticking with the Warlock. Just kind of got overran. That Brand Gormok was just really insane from Arusu last turn. Really hard to overcome the early game pressure Zoo was able to put on there. So really good showing from Arusu. N-dash just couldn't quite keep up with the AoE clears or the heals. So you see if he has a little bit better luck this turn. Generally, the Priest will have a lot more time to kind of put together your game plan as the handlock. Generally not as threatening early game. You tend to take it a little bit slower. Arusu does not have a dragon in hand for the Worm Rest agent. Valence Chosen looks okay. Dark Cultist looks a little bit better. So he's going to do that. Go ahead and get the trade in with the Zombie Chow first. Make sure that he heals his opponent before attacking in with the Curator. Sequencing was very good on there. And dash this time with the Imp King boss on turn 3. Now it looks like the Valence is pretty much the only play here. It does allow for a nice trade into the Imp King boss, and Curator able to finish off the 1-1. Arusu still without a dragon in his Dragon Priest. So see what he's able to do. Interesting, the Implosion going into a Holy Nova turn. Arusu has the Holy Nova, and that's just could be a huge game changer here on turn 5. Heals his Dark Cultist all the way back up to a 5-8 with the Valence Chosen. And Dash is going to try to slow it down a tad with this Sludge Belcher. The trade is super nice for Arusu. He's even able to heal it. Picks up the Northshire Cleric off the top, so he can draw a card. Still no dragon. See if he can pick up a dragon here. Nope, it's the other Holy Nova. He's debating on putting down the Worm Rest agent regardless. He does throw it down, which N-Dash now knows. Arusu does not have a dragon in his current hand. Doesn't mean he can't top deck one. But N-Dash going to set that up to die to the Demon Rat. The Slime would have died regardless, so wants to make sure he gets the value trade in there first. He'd go for the Abusive into the Big Game Hunter. Finally deal with this Dark Cultist that was putting on a lot of pressure. He's going to allow it to get the value heal on the Worm Rest agent, but not too big of a deal. It even rhymes. This Holy Nova, though, can be able to clear up the board yet again. The Roost is going to load it up with even the Zombie Chow. And Dash turn 7 Reflex with the Dr. Boom. Arusu still without a dragon. He's just going to put the pressure on the face, use the Light Bomb to clear off that Dr. Boom. Usually a pretty good answer. Bombs go face, which is probably what Arusu wanted. Means his board's going to stick around for a little bit longer. The Life Tap into the Brand, if that Brand sticks around, that could be huge for the Antique Heal bot. Voidwalker off the first one. A little bit longer on the sliding on the second one. Relinquish Seeker, let's see if he can able to fill up the board enough to use it. Doesn't think so. He's going to take the Clockwork No instead. A little bit more guaranteed value off that one. And now if he's able to pick up a dragon, he is not. So the Corruptor, not able to get the Battle Cry. So we'll see here. Heals back up the Zombie Chow so it does not die to the Brand. There's the Reno for N-Dash. Finally gets it.
We're gonna be rich.
He will heal himself all the way back up. Twice because of the Brand. So I got to see the cool animation a couple times. Arusu with the Ysera, that could be huge here. Finally gets a dragon. So with the Blackwing Corruptors, he's able to finish off that Reno pretty nicely. He can dictate these value trades however he wants to. He is finally going to allow N-Dash to cash in the Zombie Chow, but he's already at full health, so not a whole lot of value off of that. And Draxus doesn't seem like a really great play here either, so Twisting Nether looks a lot better. Clear up the board, just kind of reset the game. At least for N-Dash. Arusu is still down to 20, but he feels pretty good dropping this Ysera on an empty board, so. The Siphon Soul, though, a huge pickup for N-Dash. A huge pickup. Arusu saw the Twisting Nether, saw his opportunity to drop it. Drop Ysera on an empty board. N-Dash did not have a way to deal with it, but he top decks it with the Siphon Soul. And if you're Arusu, seeing that come off the top, that's pretty unfortunate for him. See if the Museum Trader gets a Chill Maw. He could have double Chill Maw. He does take that route. So the Chill Maw proccing the other Chill Maw as the dragon. So if it does die this turn, it will proc it, but N-Dash gonna set himself down to 9. Had to use that weapon to deal with the Chill Maw, otherwise they're gonna get in a pretty good amount of chip damage. Now he's gonna have to answer another Chill Maw, but this hero power though is gonna start putting in work, as well as the Sylvanas. So I really like this hero power Sylvanas Sun Fury Protector turn. Looks to be coming out here. Arusu has the Entomb, which is a really good answer for the Sylvanas. He can take the value trade with Chill Maw even. And set up Elise along with the Entomb, so not terrible. He can opt for the Dream as well. If he just wants to really slow down and really control the board, seems pretty good. Because those 6/6s from N-Dash are just gonna keep coming thanks to that hero power. There's the Entomb we talked about. Looks like the Dream's gonna happen as well. The only card he was able to get off of Ysera. And he's just gonna go face. Seems to make sense to me. Set your opponent to lethal next turn with either minion surviving. Prevents a swing from the weapon for N-Dash. He does have the heal bot though, so it's definitely not over yet. That Infernal probably going to be stuck in his hand for the rest of the game because of the hero power. This is so much better than playing it from hand. So now N-Dash did have the answer with the Shadow Flame. Arusu top decks the Entombed Sylvanas. I can only assume it was the Entombed Sylvanas, unless he's running his own. And now N-Dash gonna have to have an answer for this. He does have the taunt, he does have the heal. So he's got a couple ways to deal with this pressure. But none of them super great at preventing the Sylvanas from getting a minion. So even goes with the heal bot, does not care where the Sylvanas goes here. He's got the taunt for next turn if he wants it. So Arusu can be a little bit greedy with the Sylvanas if they want to take the value trade on the heal bot, or just keep putting the pressure on N-Dash and go straight to the face. N-Dash would have 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 damage. So he would be one off lethal, assuming his board survives. And Arusu does not heal. So Arusu does go face here, so gonna leave the heal bot alive. Heals himself back up to 20 anyway. Emperor Thorzen, not terrible here. But he's gonna have to taunt as well if he wants to survive. Doesn't have any heals in hand, so Defender Vargas looking pretty good.
How shall I destroy you?
But if he combos that with the Hero Power or the Lotheb or the Emperor, the Sylvanas can trade into it. If it steals the other taunt, he's not quite dead, but he's in trouble. The Azure Drake would be free to go face. We've seen both Valen's Chosens from Arusu, so that's not really an issue, but we'll see how he navigates this. So he's going to take the trade there. Seems really good. Takes the value trade on the Azure Drake there. Now Arusu can take either one of these minions. It's going to be a 50-50. Does get the taunt.
Are you mocking me?
Not really super relevant. Whichever one he took would have gotten a trade. Oh, but with the heal, it does become relevant. I take that back. Just a step behind, as usual. Here's the Dark Bomb, though. That's a huge pickup. Prevents him from having to Hellfire this down, but he's going to Hellfire and clear it off completely, thanks to the Dark Bomb. And now we'll see if N-Dash can cling to life here with 3 health, which can be really difficult for Arusu to do from hand. Cabal not going to do it. He's not dead yet. He's pretty much got to play it out there as the pressure. Because it's a pseudo taunt anyway, because if N-Dash doesn't kill it or his opponent, then the Cabal would win. So that's going to be a heal for 6 essentially as well. Stall out the game. The Infernal from hand finally gets to come down. Gets more attack than the Emperor. Didn't really care about the Emperor procs. And now a Light Bomb would have been really good for Arusu, but he doesn't pick it up. So that means that N-Dash will take game 2 with his Warlock, and now the Warlocks both have a victory. The series is tied up at 1 game apiece, and it's going to become a best of 5 between these two phenomenal players. Arusu with the Priest and Warrior left, and N-Dash with the Druid and Mage left.